Hi, and welcome back to Interior Design and Construction Mastery. In the previous video, I walked you through the construction estimate, what it is, how it is structured, and how to think about it strategically. Today's lesson is part 2 of Construction Estimate and Contract for Module 4, where I will show you how to assemble the approved construction estimate into a detailed construction contract. There are many different types of construction contracts used in professional practice, but for today's documentation, I will be using a GMP guaranteed maximum price contract from one of my real projects. So you can see how this works in the real world, not just in theory. If you like to explore other construction contract types, Procore has an excellent library, which I include the link below for your reference.
You can go to Procore Construction Academy and apply for a free account, and they have a lot of free courses online that you can watch and learn.
So why designers need to understand contracts? As I mentioned earlier in this module, the interior design degree programs include coursework that overlap with architecture program, and that is construction project management and administration. However, in my 16 years of practicing interior design and construction project management, I don't think I ever met designers who are willing to move beyond the aesthetic role. And this is where many designers limit their growth and income. By understanding construction, how things are priced, built, and contracted, manage the construction on-site not only makes you a stronger designer, set you apart professionally, it gives you authority, confidence, the ability to lead projects, and earn more. That's exactly why this section is included in this course. Let's briefly recap previous lesson. Once the design or renovation scope is complete, you then issue a construction drawings and specification to multiple contractors and subcontractors for pricing, typically 3 different companies. From there, you follow a structural process. You review the document, analyzing the estimate and specification, accounting for all the known costs, including materials, labors, insurance, overhead, profit, and contingency. By the end of this process, you will produce a construction estimate that reflects the true cost of executing the project. Once that estimate is presented to the client and approved and signed, it becomes Exhibit A of the construction contract. At this stage, the approved estimate formally inserted into the structural construction contract. What you are seeing on the screen now is a GMP guarantee maximum pricing construction contract. Understanding the GMP contract, here's the key component number 1. A GMP contract establishes a maximum cost ceiling based on clearly defined general conditions and scope, which you already know because you are the designer of the project. If the cost exceeds that maximum, the contractors or construction manager absorbs that overage, not the owner. Because of this risk, a GMP contract are typically used when, number 1, the scope is well defined. The risks and challenges are known. You are acting as a designer, builder, or working very closely with the construction team. It is important to note that GMP contracts do not include the additional work resulting from unforeseen conditions or the owner requested changes during the construction. Those are handled through the formal change orders. Here's the benefits of a GMP contract. For the owners, the budget is certainty. They know the maximum cost upfront. It reduces financial risk. Cost overrun are not their responsibility. Transparency through open book accounting and the potential cost savings if the projects comes in under budget. And finally, higher quality outcomes through collaboration instead of conflict. The benefits for the contractors are mutual and credibility, encourages efficiency, cost management, allows greater control and project execution, supports innovation and problem solving, and finally justifies higher fee due to increased financial responsibility.
So this is a detailed contract of a GMP guarantee maximum price contracts type of one of my projects. And this is where you will be inserting all the exhibits. To start off with exhibit A, which is the approved and signed estimate from my previous video that I show you, and you will insert it here, like the cost of work, schedule of values, and exhibit D, which is amendment if you have any change orders during the construction. So this type of contract is often misunderstood by many design professional and general contractor, and they think it is a bad contract because you guarantee the maximum price of the project. And I want to explain a few important keys here to show you that this is actually a good contract, especially if you are acting as a designer builder. You see the general conditions. This is based on the scope of work show in your blueprint, your design renovation that you was hired to design. So basically, doesn't include the contingency for change orders or unforeseen circumstances that happen during the construction. So when those unexpected that require additional works will require a change order, and you would have to redo the estimate for that change order and then have the customer to review and sign off on it with additional fee. So I want to scroll down to where you will insert the exhibit A, which is the sign approved estimate. This is where you will be inserting. So exhibit A again listed all the sheets. So basically I include the blueprints, all the sheets on here along with the estimate. You will insert it here.
I know construction can feel intimidating at first, but it doesn't have to be. If you want to elevate your design career, you must be willing to step into responsibility and take calculated risk. Once you complete your first design build project, you gain confidence, and every project after that will become easier. This concludes the estimate and contracts for Module 4. Thank you very much for watching, and I see you in the next video.